Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I'm going to go over the cryptocurrency market, but I want to go over this S&P 500 with you guys because I've been talking about the Bitcoin is probably going to be doing a shot up, right? And by the way, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. New subscribers, I do appreciate you too. And so I've been saying that Bitcoin's going to go up, and then here's the S&P 500, and most people say that this is going to go down. I've been looking at what they're trying to say it's doing. Wave 1, 2, and it's going down into a 3 of 3, and it's setting up for a crash. However, let's take an overall look at this. Zoom out a little bit on the daily chart, and you can see here is May of 22, and here is the S&P 500 basically right at the same spot, almost 1 year later, guys. When you see something like that, it's time to evaluate, in my opinion, be like, wait a second, it's not really crashing, like that. Now, there's some old traders too, talk about like quiet markets. This has been pretty quiet. That's the other thing is older traders back from a long time ago tell you don't ever sell in a quiet market because it's the calm before the storm, if you will. And what was the other point I was going to make? I was going to make another point. I can't remember off the top of my head. I don't really edit my videos that much, guys. I don't spend much time on my videos. As you can see, video quality is not poor, or video quality is poor. It's just regular stuff. So here's the deal is that, what was I going to say? I can't even think off the top of my head right now, guys. I was going to make a point. Oh, the point I was going to make is they have thrown everything at this market. Banking crisis. Look at all the negative news. This whole laundry list of news events that's happened in the markets, and it's still right there, guys. I think that those whole I don't want to say melt up, because melt up sounds like it's going to be going to the moon, but I think you have a good shot the S&P 500 is going to be doing that, guys. We shall see. I was going to make a video about it and say, hey, the day has come, but I think I'll just wait until it goes up, and I'll make a video about it and say, told you, right there with the S&P 500. Because it's under, to me, guys, it's like, it's probably going to be doing this shot sooner. There's like little pieces of evidence in this chart, like this right here. It came down and took that out. That should be your first clue right there. It came down, and the RSI, the daily, took that one out right there. That's hidden bullish divergence. You have a shot up. You can't get 5-wave swings out of that. You get a 3-wave swing. I remember when this happened, this was supposed to be the crash. I said, guys, that's not a crash. That's a flat move, and it went back up. And here we are again right here. They're saying this is a 5-wave move. I don't think so, guys. That's a 3-wave move. And if you're going up like this and doing 3 waves, up like this and doing a 3-wave, and then here's another one right here. Let's go in a little bit of detail on the 4-hour chart. In my opinion, is another one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 with the throw over on the 5th. And you got a 3-wave move right there. I go to a 45-minute chart, and I'll show you guys, like, that's 1, 2, 3. You can see it. It's a zigzag, back down, zigzag, back down, and a move up. Typical 5th wave throw over, 3-wave move, and then you got another move here, come back down, possibly 1, 2, 1, 2 type sequence right there, guys. That's just how I'm looking at it. Trying to be objective. I'm not investing in anything in this. I'm just paying attention to it. It's important because what the S&P 500 is going to do long term, it's going to determine and affect Bitcoin quite a bit. Now, can Bitcoin deviate from it? It certainly has. If you look at the numbers, what Bitcoin's gone up compared to the NASDAQ and the S&P 500, it is substantial. So, but more than likely, if this is dropping like a rock, the Bitcoin has a headwind, guys. Now, the other thing is the DXY, and it's looking like it's retracing a little bit of that leg, but it definitely looks like it's bearish, and it's going to continue to go down. So it's going to have to see if it's going to be breaking this low right there, guys, and that will be bullish for Bitcoin. Okay. So, and the banking crisis, guys, I think is a nothing burger. It's a nothing burger. A month from now, people are going to be forgetting about it, just like all the other crises that went on, guys. When Netflix was falling like a rock, and what they say about Netflix, they said it was no good. Oh, the subscription, they're losing subscribers. Nobody wants to watch Netflix. On and on and on. Netflix bottom, what it do? It went up, I don't know, 2x or something like that. Same thing with Facebook. Same little narrative, same little pattern that's going on over and over and over again. So what's this? I'm going to go over to Bitcoin, guys, and show you here Bitcoin. Here's GBTC, and I think GBTC is, trying to make a trend up into this type of impulsive move in this area, guys. It's very, very confusing in this area right now. It's a lot of a lot of chop. So more than likely that's a first wave of a potential third wave for GBTC. So we just got to see how this one plays out, guys. It's certainly right now it's bullish. It's not a third wave yet. You have to pay attention to RSI. And once you get to the point where you have RSI that takes out that peak, then you'll know that that's your third wave. So it's still in some making of another wave. And just looking at the chart, overall chart, guys, is that it had an impulsive move like this. It was back down. It had a nice impulsive move up here. So when this goes up, Bitcoin goes up. It's Bitcoin in the portfolio, and it did a massive correction over here. It's real difficult to call it. If this is a fifth wave, if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then that's a truncated fifth wave. And then you have this. So it's very difficult to say that that's a fifth wave. It's going to depend here. So maybe it's in the process of making a fifth wave over here, guys. That is a possible pattern. Doesn't follow all the rules to the T. But I'm not a guy that follows the rules to the T, especially with crypto, guys. Crypto breaks rules. I don't say rules, guidelines, like flat guidelines. Their flats in cryptos go way high beyond the flat guidelines, if you will, like 3.618 and things like that. Like you can see it in the chart. So now Bitcoin, where does that leave us with Bitcoin, guys? Bitcoin is I was going through it and trying to show you guys some things here, is that you got touch here. I'm not counting the wick, but a touch there and a couple touches there. And if you check it out, this is on Bitstamp. It was down to that downtrend line. It got out of there. So the thing is, here's Coinbase. You got lower volume, you got higher volume in that wave there, and lower volume in there. That's not cool. But on Binance, you got higher volume in that wave right there, or that candle right there. You go to futures, you got a high volume candle right there, guys. This candle is giving off all the signals of the beginning of a third wave with the higher volume on most of the exchanges. So that's how I'm looking at that. And see, the thing is, somebody had asked me in a comment. He says, do you think that it's going to go up and have a crash and then go up? The only way it's going up to have the crash is if it's like this, 2019. Everybody's assuming that this is 2019 all over again, and it's going to have a crash, and then that's going to be the bull run. And that definitely is possible that could happen. For that to happen with this wave pattern is it ended right there, and it came down in the unconventional WXYXZ move. And is that possible? It's definitely possible. But my argument for that is that if this right here is a wave 1, 2, it's going into 3, 4, 5. It's and the size of it. You see the difference over here. You got a little 1, 2, and then it started going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4, 5 to make that wave. This size is a little bit different. And if you grab it, my argument for it is this, guys, is that you're taking a wave. You just take your fib. You're going to say that that's a wave 1. Let me go to a daily chart. I'll show you guys. Gone over this before to let you know. You take your daily, your first wave right there. No, this first wave right here, right? And you come down and you check that. And if it's going into a third wave, the numbers it should be hitting are on the third wave is at 1.618. It'll tag that at a minimum, with at least a wick on the third wave. And then you got your fifth wave will be 2.0 and possibly 2.27. So this wave pattern is putting off the characteristics of a fifth wave, guys, in my opinion. Just got to see how it's going to play out. Now they're bearish sequences. Definitely you would keep the bearish in the back of your mind. But for the meantime, guys, this is up and to the right. It is up and to the right. So let me go back to Bitcoin. Everybody was expecting, I said something about this. I said, in the video, everybody's expecting 25.3. And what did they do? It didn't give it to you. It just shot out of there. So you can see with Bitcoin right here is that it did a wave sequence here and it broke it in this 4-hour RSI. So that means that this is new, whatever it's doing. Now, could it go up in a 3-wave move all the way back up to, say, 30,000 and then swing back down? It very well could, guys. But this whole area right here for Bitcoin is putting off, in my opinion, the characteristics of being bullish. And I'll show you an example of that. If you come here to an 8-hour chart and you go over into these waves, so sort of like this one, you see I go down and went back up, back down, up, or even in this area, something like this, back up, back down. In that area, you can check these out, back up here, down. You check the RSI, brings it all the way down here like that. You can check these areas, kind of like this one went up, drag the RSI all the way back down here with 2 waves and then continued on. And these areas like that, that's kind of what I'm looking at, or it's more giving off that vibe like that, guys, in that area. Excuse me. And this too, it was interesting that this trend that I have here, it bounced right off that trend that I originally put. I was like, let me check this trend out. And this is the trend from right here. Boom, boom, boom. It was a support, broke through it, resistance. Well, try to get back up to it in this area and then touched it right there, touched it, resistance, came around and made support, and then boom, bounced right out of there, guys. But could it start shooting out of there? It very well could, but it doesn't have a lot of room, but it doesn't take much to start making a third wave. It can make here's a first wave, second, and then it could be another first of a third or something like that, guys. But but like I said, my point is, I guess you could say, is that 25.3 is what everybody was expecting on the videos. I watched some of them talking about it on Twitter, and then here it is. It didn't make it. Usually if all the market wants something, it doesn't get it. That's just common sense. So that's the end of my video, guys. My main point is over here in the S&P 500, the bearishness with it. So the other thing that's nice about the S&P 500 too, guys, are most people are bearish. They're even coming up with, the government and the Fed are pumping it because they want good numbers for the end of the month, and it's going to drop like a rock. And, hey, it's not dropping, guys. It's not falling like a rock. It's just, think about this. Here's June of 22. Here it is. I mean, almost 1 year, guys. I think what it is kind of like a, consolidation pattern, kind of like that. Like I've been showing you on some other assets that did that. I showed you guys Vulcan Forge. Vulcan Forge is in that area. Same thing. I showed you guys a pattern like that. Other assets are doing that too, just different type consolidation pattern to get out of there. That it goes quiet. People get bored out of the market. What's going on? And then eventually it gets out of there, guys. But, that's how I'm looking at that. Ethereum, with the ETH BTC charts we're looking for right here. Once it gets down, completes this, could come down, make some bullish divergence, and finally start ripping out of there on this inverse head and shoulders pattern, guys. Okay. Right here, boom, 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 and then maybe get out of there. And then the Bitcoin dominance chart, Bitcoin dominance, which is right here. It's in a topping pattern. Looks like it's probably going to have another push up and probably make some bearish divergence. And then that could be the top right up there, guys. And then this is going to start coming down and there could be a really good altcoin season. So I am set for the altcoin season personally. And I just think it's the macro environment, guys. It's a macro environment, and people are factoring that in. They're letting that take over their emotions. They're letting, they're listening to the media. And like there was somebody that posted something on Twitter, and it was like in 2008. Somebody had mentioned it. It was something about the money market funds. They did the exact same thing, guys, in the money market funds. Like all these people took their money out of the banks, put it in money market funds. And then they did something else. I can't remember exactly what it was. I saw it on Twitter, and that was like right at the bottom. They did it right exactly at the bottom, and it's the same thing today. The reason that people don't realize it is because it was 15 years ago. So the people that were 22 years old then, they're now like 37. They've forgotten about that, or they weren't paying attention. And it's the same pattern, guys. Markets. Here's probably one of the most important thing to realize about markets, guys. Markets do this, go up and down, right? And come back, crash. People's behaviors don't change. Fear doesn't change. Greed doesn't change. Jealousy doesn't change. Envy doesn't change. You have these same exact behaviors throughout the history of mankind. They don't change. Same principles. And that's why you continually see the same patterns over and over and over and over again. That's probably one of the most important things to understand about markets to make you a better investor and or trader. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor, drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.